Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash, Barakatha Yahweh, and Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, and Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is the true name of the Heavenly Father's Son, the Son of Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to my apostles and to my elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings goes to the hopeful elect. You brothers that are out in the highways pushing his word and his truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Isaiah from GMSLA, prophesying in the San Fernando Valley. In today's lesson, I would like to go into a man's kryptonite. All right. And what I want to talk about in this lesson is for you brothers that may not have a woman, or you want one, you want to, you're dealing with that burning, and you're dealing with that burning, and you want, what better way to release that burning is having a woman. All right. But the problem is you may not be able to get one. All right. You may not be able to get a lot of women, or you may not even get one at all. And the reason for that is it could be that a woman can be your kryptonite, your weakness. A woman can be what gets you out the truth. So the Lord is, he's showing you mercy and showing that love by not giving you that woman. All right. Because he wants you in this truth. He wants you focused on this truth. All right. He don't want to give you that woman where you get head over heels and you lose focus on the prize, which is the kingdom, and you start, focusing on how to please her and not the Most High. All right, and that could be the reason why the Lord may not give you a woman. All right, because He knows that if He gives you that woman that you want, all right, that it could, it could be your downfall. Because a woman can get you out the truth. And I'm not saying it just to say it. I say it because it has happened before. You have men that came into the truth and they fell out over a woman. All right. A woman that's been used, by the way. A woman that's been with other men. All right. And they fell out over a woman. All right. Because that was their kryptonite. That was their weakness. All right. Now, let's get real quick the definition of kryptonite. All right, Urban Dictionary, when someone says, oh, you're kryptonite, this is what they mean. Something or someone who makes you weak, even if you are a very strong person. All right, and this reminds me of Samson, what I'm going to bring out in this lesson, Lord willing. All right, so a woman can be something that is used to make you weak. A woman can be used as something to get you out the truth. And this is why for certain brothers, it's just not meant for them to have a woman on this side, to have wives on this side, because that could be the weakness. That could be their distraction. All right. That could be their downfall, man. All right. Because we're here to serve the Lord. All right. We have to keep our eyes focused on the prize. Again, the prize is the kingdom of heaven, and a woman can totally keep your mind distracted from your true purpose, man. You have guys that go to the gym and go all out, and then they get a girlfriend and they just get all in love, and all they want to do is spend time and talk with their girlfriend. Little do you know, they losing all the gains, man. They're losing all their motivation. They don't want to do anything, because they have a woman. All they want to do is be around that woman, man. All right, when we're not in that time to be all in love, man, because this now is not the time to be in love. All right, can't even be in love with these women nowadays, because these women have other men inside of them, other men's spirits. That's what I mean. All right, inside of them. So these women are incapable of love. All right, so the first scripture I want to bring out, I was gonna bring out Samson, but I want to go into an Esdras, right? Let me see. First Esdras, I think is the fourth chapter. All right, the first Ezra is the 4th chapter, and I'm gonna start from 13. All right, so it says, then the third who had spoken of woman and of truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak. All right, so this was after, because Darius. Well, let's read it since I'm already over here. This is second Esdras 3 and 13. It says, now when the king was risen up, they took their writings and delivered them up. You know what? Slakia, that was not 13. Hold up. Let me start a little bit above. Second Esdras 3 and 1. It says, First Esdras 3 and 1. It says, now when Darius reigned, he made a great feast unto all his subjects, and unto all his household, and unto all the princes of Media and Persia, and to all the governors and captains and lieutenants that were under him, from India unto Ethiopia, of 127 provinces. And when they had eaten, he drunken, and being satisfied, were gone home. Then Darius the king went into his bedchamber and slept, and soon after awakened. Then 3 young men that were of the guard that kept the king's body spake to another, let every one of us speak his sentence. He that shall overcome, and whose sentence shall seem wiser than the others, and unto him shall the king Darius give great gifts and great things in token of victory, and to be clothed in purple, to drink in gold, and to sleep upon gold, and a chariot with bridles of gold, and a head tire of fine linen, and a chain about his neck. All right, so let's skip down to 10. It says, the first wrote, wine is the strongest. The second wrote, the king is the strongest. The third wrote, women are the strongest. But above all things, truth beareth away the victory. All right, so out of all of those things, out of the king, out of wine, out of the woman, the truth is the strongest. All right. Now, this is second Esdras 4 and first Esdras 4 and 13. It says, then the third who had spoken of woman and of truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak. All right, verse 14. O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women? Women have borne the king, and all people that bear rule by sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards, from whence the wine cometh. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men. Right. These bring glory unto men because let me see a quick precept to that. It's in Corinthians. All right, the glory of a man is his woman. All right, let's get that real quick. I think it's 1 Corinthians 11. First Corinthians 11 and 7. For a man indeed ought to cover his head, for a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and the glory of the Most High, but the woman is the glory of the man. So the woman is the glory of a man. All right, why? Because if you have a a pretty, a beautiful woman, like it says, let's get that real quick. That is a man's glory to have a beautiful wife, a beautiful woman. All right, you go around and everyone's looking at you, and it shows you an example of Abraham and Sarah. All right, Sarah, she was very, very beautiful, man, to the point where Abraham was afraid to have her to say that Sarah was his wife because she was so bad. Abraham was afraid that the Egyptians were to kill him and take his wife. All right, because that's how pretty she was, man. All right, that's how beautiful she was. All right, same thing with Esther. You had Esther. She was beautiful. She was in the time when King Xerxes, the king of Persia, a woman wasn't supposed to just walks up and do what Esther did, because she basically a woman had to be called. All right, a woman had to be to call in order, she had to be called, and to see the king, she had to be called. The king had to have a desire to see her, had to call her. All right, but she just walks in, and what she did was worthy unto death. But she didn't die because she was just so beautiful. King Xerxes stumbled upon her beauty. In the time of Judith. All right, she stopped. She was so beautiful. She stopped war. All right, she stopped the whole war. All right, you had men fighting each other, and she stopped them from fighting just to look at her beauty. All right, Susanna. All right, she was beautiful, man. All right, she was beautiful to the point where them two priests, or I believe they were priests, committed a false witness. They were so in love that they wanted to have her for himself. And another example, King David with Bathsheba. All right, when King David was sitting on high, and he saw Bathsheba bathing herself, and she was so beautiful that King David had to have her, man. All right, but this is Ecclesiastes Sirach 36 and 22. It says, the beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance, and a man love nothing better. Right, so a man love nothing better, man. If you have a beautiful woman, man. All right, a beautiful, you had a hard day of work, you're all mad, but then you just come home and you have a beautiful woman. All right, a very beautiful woman, man. I just chilled up your countenance, man. You you're taking her out. Everyone's all, oh my God, you look, everyone's all, oh, like, damn, he got that. He got other women lusting after you because they see your woman and they see the beauty in your woman, But going back to First Ezra 4 and but at the same time, even though a woman is a woman, a beautiful woman cheereth up the countenance, the scripture speaks of stumble not at the beauty of a woman, which we have a lot of men, majority of men are stumbling over a beauty of a woman, and we're gonna read it, all right. But this is first going back to First Ezra 4. Slakia, give me a second. First Ezra 4 and I'll start from 14. It says, O ye men, is it not the great king, nor the multitude of men? Neither is it wine that excelleth. Or who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women? Women have borne the king, and all the people that are bare rule by sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards, from whence the wine cometh. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men. So the women bring glory unto men, because if you have again, I showed you a couple of examples between Esther, Susanna, Judith, Sarah, Best believe when Abraham was walking around Sarah, everyone was staring, man, because he had a beautiful wife. All right. It says, these also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men. And without woman cannot man be. There's a scripture that says, a man that hath not a wife goeth, isn't Sirach, goeth mourning, if he has not a wife. All right. And that doesn't mean just because you don't have a wife, that doesn't mean, you should be in a, mourning state, But let's continue on. It says, verse 18, yeah, and if a man have gathered together gold and silver or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? Right. You have men that in Babylon, in America, that work and literally give their paycheck to their woman. They work for their woman. All right. They give their whole paycheck. Well, oh man, I'm just so stupid with my money. I'm just gonna let my wife control all my financial needs, man. I'm allow her to give me allowance. Yeah, I had cases where in my job, not my job, you had cases where men,
Here's some information.
you had men that would get paid, and then on their payday you see the wife coming picking up the check. You have men. I mean, I work. I see people like, yeah, I can't do things. I gotta ask my wife. I gotta ask my wife. If I could go out with the boys, if I can hang out with my friends. Because in this world everything's upside down. Women rule over men, like it says in Isaiah the 3rd chapter. Women is ruling over us, ruling over the men. All right, but it says because you're not in this world, everything upside down. You shouldn't let a woman rule over you. All right, even though it's that's what it's like in a society where you see men, are being ruled by the wives. If you have a wife, don't let her rule over you. All right. It says and letting all those things go, do they not gape and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? Yeah, you have guys out. See it. They'll be driving. I see this on the internet. Guys be driving and they'll see a fine ass woman and they'll crash the car because they just set their eyes gazed at her, man. They're just like they stop what they're doing, just like in the time of Judith. Men were fighting each other. And now you gotta think about it, how bad Judith was. For her to stop a group of men, not group of men, army from fighting. While they were fighting, she was walking. They stopped just to stare at her, man. All right. It says and letting all those things go, do they not gape and even open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever? And man leaveth his own father that brought him up in his own country and cleaveth unto his wife. And Yahweh Shai said this. All right. It says, don't man and his, let me see. Let's see if I can get it. Matthew 19 and Matthew 19:5, it says, and said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. And how does a man and a woman become one flesh? Through the act of sex. All right, that's how a man and a woman become one flesh. All right, when after act of sex, when the man enters his rod into a woman's quiver and puts his seed in her. All right. You become one flesh, because when you put your seed in her, and this is what a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know here in America. All right, when you put your seed in a woman, your seed stays in her for the rest of your life. Your seed stays in that woman for the rest of her life. All right, until she dies. All right, that seed, that sperm is still in that woman. This is why you have a lot of crazy bitches, man, because a lot of these bitches allow these other men just to bust nuts inside of them, man. And then you deal with them, and then you wonder why she's all fucking crazy, because she got other men's spirits on her, man. You're over here popping her, and she's telling you, hey, can you do this to me? Can you pull my hair? Can you do this to me? Can you put my arms back? When hitting her from the back. The reason why is because she's being reminded of the last guy she was with, or the guy she liked the most, or some shit like that, But anyway, back to First Ezra 4 and 21, it says, he sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father, nor mother, nor country. By this also you must know that women have dominion over you. Do you not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? Right. Like I said earlier, you had guys that literally give their whole paycheck to the woman, or allow, or have, split, allow the woman to have control of their bank account and all that, man. It says, yeah, a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sail upon the sea and upon rivers. And they show you that in the movie Troy. All right. It says, yeah, a man taketh his sword and goeth his way. Slock, I read that already. Verse 24. It says, and looketh upon a lion and goeth in the darkness. And when he has stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women. And you see that, man, in today's lifestyle, man, in today's world. A lot of men have literally run out the wits for women, man. All right, they literally become. Oh, it says it right here, and become servants for their sakes. All right, and you see that. All right, the average man you see out on the streets being run by their woman. All right, they can't do certain things without their wife's permission. They're scared to do certain things. They're scared to lift up their voice because of their wife, man. You know, they don't know how to rule over the woman. They literally become beta males, simps over a woman, man. Over here, open your wife's door like she got no goddamn hands. She can't open the door herself. All right, you know, you allowing a woman to tell you what to do. You know, you're caught cheating, which is really not cheating, and you're over here begging her on your fucking knees, begging her for forgiveness. And then the fact is, 100% she's already probably cheated on you anyway, and has not even got caught with it, man. But you got caught in your ass begging for a second chance, you know. But it says, many also have perished and had erred and sinned for women. See, so many also have perished and have erred and sinned for women. And this is why the Most High may not give you a woman, because he doesn't want you to be add on to those many that have perished and have erred, you know, fell out the truth over a woman, and even sinned for a woman. You know, you even sin for a woman. You see that, man. You know, you'll see many men commit adultery over a woman. You know, I mean, what I mean by that, commit adultery. They meet a woman. She's so beautiful, she's fine, but she has a husband, and they're willing to commit adultery and lie with her. You know, and we'll show you that. And it's what I quoted in Susanna, man. All right, Susanna. Those two men were willing to sin. You know, we're willing to commit a great sin. All right, over Susanna because of her beauty. All right, because they stumbled over a beauty of a woman, which the scripture speaks of. Let me see if I can find it in Ecclesiastes 9, and I think it's 9. Right, 9 and 8. It says, Sirach 9 and 8. It says, turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. Look not upon another's beauty. All right, look not upon another's beauty, and you see that a lot, because in this world, you know, when a man has a beautiful wife, you know, and she's fine and she got a fat ass and big boobs, really, the man allows that woman to do what she wants. She could wear what she wants, and this is why, you know, you go out and you see a couple, when you see the woman, all the way she's dressed, she's fine, she's beautiful, she's bad, she got a fat ass, and you literally gotta fight yourself not to look. In this being in this flesh, you know, the flesh is the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. You gotta fight yourself not to look. All right, because these men have their wives out there looking like that, and allowing all these men to look upon and to lust after their wives, man. You know, but it says, turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by a beautiful woman. Right, that doesn't mean, oh, because she's so beautiful that she's innocent and she's innocent and all that. No, she's wicked, man. You know, in this world, the badder she is, the more wicked she is, man. You know, the more demons she probably has on her, man. You know, the more men she's been with, all right? And you have many that have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. You see, an example of that, look at PJ. Look what happened to him. All right? Look at Brittany, and to my opinion, she's not all that. You know, she's you know, overhyped, what you may call it, overhyped, over gassed up. She's not, to my opinion, she's not all that, you know. But you have guys that just think she's so bad. I was hearing a radio co-host. She's like, yeah, who wouldn't want to pass on Brittany, not Brittany, whatever her name is, Brittany. All right, I know Brittany is her first name, but whatever her last name is. But the guy was like, who passed on that? He was stumbling over a beautiful woman, but example, the reason why I bring this up, because you have many like PJ been deceived. You over here, you're so deceived by her beauty, you're not knowing that she's trying to trap you up and try to get you to impregnate her so she could do what she did to you, man. All right, but it says, for many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is kindled as a fire. Right now, let's get another precept. All right, backing up First Ezra, the last chapter that I read. This is Sirach 19:2. Wine and woman will make men of understanding to fall away, and he that cleaveth to harlots will become impudent. Right. So wine and woman will make men of understanding to fall away. And this is another reason why, for you brothers that may not have a wife or may not have a woman, the Lord don't give you one, because that could be your fall away. That could be the reason why you're out this truth. All right. That could be the reason why you don't the Lord, you're not in this truth because of a woman. Because a woman is strong. All right. We see with our own eyes what women make men do in this time, especially now. All right. Well, because, the stories that are quoted, back then, are still even happening now. You have men that'll fight each other over a wife, over a woman. You literally have this happens a lot, man. You'll have best friends that'll be so close, but what ruins their friendship is over a woman, because they're both fighting over a woman. It may be they both like her, or one of them commits adultery and all that, and over a woman. Women ruin many things. All right. And a woman can ruin your chance of salvation. All right. And this is why the Lord may not give you a woman, even if you want it. We all want a woman. Who don't? But if it may not be your lot to have one. All right. And we got to accept our lot, accept what it is. It's not like we're not going to be, we're not going to not have one. But look, the time is coming, man, where Isaiah 4:1 is going to be fulfilled. All right, where we're going to get women, man. You go out and you try to get girls and you try to get numbers and try to release your burning, you always get denied. The time is coming where you're not going to be not denied no more, man. All right, because again, women right now, they have the power to choose. But real soon, you're going to have the power to choose, man. Because it's going to be known that you're the Lord's chosen. All right, it's going to be known. All right, but for the moment, you may not may not have one. And it sucks dealing with that burning in the flesh. It really sucks. But this is why Paul said it's better to marry than to burn. If you can endure the burning, endure it. All right, but he says if you want a woman, it's better for you not. It's better. Paul recommended that it's better for men to be like himself, because he dealt in his ministry without distraction, without having a woman. All right, but he said it's better to marry. It's better to marry than to burn. But know that you're gonna have trouble in the flesh. And the thing is, not all brothers are able or capable of dealing with the trouble of the flesh. That trouble that you deal with in the flesh of having a woman, all right, may be the reason why you're not in this truth. And this is why the Lord may not give you one, man. All right, and you gotta understand that. All right, gotta understand and trust the process. It sucks because you're in this flesh, and this flesh burns, and how sexualized everything is. Like for myself, I try not to think about sex, but everywhere I go, it just reminds me of it. All right, everywhere I go. And why I say that, one thing I do on the side is I go to the gym, and oh my goodness, there's so many baddies at my gym. All right, it's like gym means naked. All right, that's what it is. It's naked. All right, and that's what these bitches basically are in there. It's naked, and it just it's crazy. And not even just the gym. You go to work. You see women showing off their bodies, man. You go to the store, you'll see women showing off their bodies. You go on TV, you go on Instagram, especially on social media, you know, especially on social media, man. You know, these women, all they do is shake their ass and show off the goods, and that's the only skill that they have, is showing off their bodies. All right, because that's what they think that could get them a man, and that's what they think that, their bodies could keep a man. But your bodies waste away. Sooner or later, you're not always gonna be looking like that. All right, and if you're gonna seek after a woman, man, you shouldn't seek after a woman just because of her pleasure. All right, just for her pleasure. Just because she's giving you the box. She's giving you some. All right, don't make a woman, if you're dealing with a woman, you're not, so-called talking stage. You shouldn't deal with a woman just because, or make her your woman. That's what I mean. Make her your woman because she gives you good box, or if that's all she can put on the table is her box. It should be way more than that, because if you go into Genesis, the Lord gave Eve to Adam to be what? A helpmate. All right, a woman's supposed to be a helpmate. Okay, yeah, she helps you get rid of the burning, but that shouldn't be the only thing. Only thing a woman you shouldn't have a woman for. To make her, your woman. Just because she's boxed, she gives you the box, the crowbar, the vagina, the pussy, right? But she don't know how to cook. She don't know how to clean. She's lazy. She's giving you hell for no reason. The vibe don't match. The scripture says, "Can two walk together except she be agreed?" All right, and that goes with, that even applies to dealing with a woman. You can't be together with a woman if you're both not in if you're not in agreement. She may not believe, like it says in 1 Corinthians 7. She may not believe what you believe, but she's pleased to deal with you. All right, she's pleased to deal with you, and she doesn't allow your belief to ruin the relationship. Because I dealt with women where, they'll get offended because I don't like homos. I don't like them alphabet people. They get offended off that. They'll get offended off telling them, when I tell them what a real woman is, they get offended off that, man, because these women are through. These women are through out here, man. All right, they'll expect you to serve them. All right, and you have a lot of men that will serve them in this world, because we read in Ezra that a lot of men have become servants for their sakes, man, and you see that, man. But in this world, you see that's what women expect now. All right, here it is. They're supposed to serve us. All right, we're the prize. But in this world, in this backward society, all right, men are supposed to serve women, and a woman's supposed to rule over us. And they say equal, but that's not. It's all bullshit, all BS. It's not equal. It's basically the woman over us, man. They're giving that power over the woman. All right, and you can see that. All right, but let's get what I quoted in Judges, all right, about Samson. All right, look. The Lord gave him spiritual power, man. He had spiritual power. He had that strength, but he lost that power over what? Over a woman. All right, because that was his, so to speak, kryptonite. All right, and you don't want to lose that spirit over a woman, because think about it. You falling out over a woman, and knowing that in the kingdom you're about to get as many women as you want. All right, as many women as you want. All you gotta do, just think about it like this. All we gotta do is just think about, I'm not gonna give up my salvation over a woman, because you may have a woman, you may be dealing with a woman, and she wants to go out on Saturdays, but you can't, because you're out doing the work, or you're just with brothers, because when you have a wife, especially in the times we're living in today, all right, because the time is short, we gotta be like, we have no wife. All right, meaning that you're not gonna be, for those that have wives, you're not gonna just be in that lovey-dovey spirit, always spending your time with your wife, man, like you see other men doing. You're not gonna be doing that, because our minds focused on salvation. We're too busy to be all up in a woman's all up in a woman, man, all up enjoying our woman, man. All right, you have your times. There's a balance for everything. There's times where you balance your time out. If you have a woman, it's not just you're just gonna, you're just gonna, oh, she's my woman, but you never talk to her, you never deal with her. Of course, you're gonna deal with her, man. But the point is, you're not gonna deal with her too much because you know that the time is short. You gotta be like you don't have none. All right, because Friday, Saturday, Sunday is a day what? It's a day that you do what? It's a day that Saturday, is a day that you go out do the work. And that's first over everything, man. That's first over everything. And this is why, you know what? I was going to get out. I'll hold off on that. Let me get, because I'm quoting it from that chapter a lot. All right. Because you have to, if you have a wife, you do have to give her due benevolence. Like it says in 1 Corinthians, you have to give her that attention because that's what, that causes women to cheat, to look for another men because they're not getting attention. That's why you have to spend that time to give attention to your wives, to give them that due benevolence, which is sex. Cannot never take that away from a woman. But let's get you can read 1 Corinthians 7 on your own, but I'm just gonna get to the point. 1 Corinthians 7:29, but it says, "But this I say, brethren, the time is short," and we see that the time is short. The time of Esau's world, we see that coming to an end, and we know what's going to take place, man. It's not going to be a peaceful time for Esau. Esau's not going to trying to give up his kingdom just like that. No, he's going to try to obtain his kingdom. All right, and ways of him trying to obtain his kingdom is by coming after you Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. What is written in Revelation 12:12. Henceforth, bringing Jacob's trouble. It's gonna be a lot of chaos real soon, man. So the time is short. All right. It says, "It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none." Right. So even if you have a wife, it's gonna be like you have none because your mind's not focusing on, pleasing your wife. Being family orientated. Spending time with your kids and, always planning vacations, always want to, being that lovey-dovey spirit, man. We're too close in the end to being our spirit. In Ephesians 6, the helmet is not of a woman, the helmet is of salvation. All right, meaning that the helmet of salvation is that you have salvation on your mind, all right, from these times to come. All right, it says awake. Now is I had time to wake out of sleep. The time is short. Something to that sense. I'm paraphrasing it. But it says, verse 30, "And they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, and they that use this world, not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried care for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord." And this is another reason why the Lord may have it where you're unmarried, because when you're unmarried, you have more time to focus on yourself. I mean, not focus on yourself. To do the work of the Lord, to please the Lord. All right, to do the things that are pleasing unto the Lord. All right. So it says that belongeth to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. But he that is married care for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. Yeah, the next vacation, the next restaurant you're gonna take it to, the things you're gonna do for her, those things you're gonna, go out and take time out of your day, just to text her and talking to her all the goddamn time and texting her and just thinking about her. That's of the world, man. If you're married, that's what comes with it. All right, you gotta, you dealing with a woman and you talk to her and this is why, like, I was talking to this chick and she got all upset how I was taking forever to text. However, do all that, but like the time is short in my mind, but it was like I'm busy, And women, one thing that they need is attention, They need attention, and they, got some women that just, all they want to do is just text, talk all day. And then even if you reply to the message, 0.5 seconds, you get one back, man. Like, But the point is, it says, but out verse 33. But he that is married care for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. Yeah, you see, you know, you have a wife, and all you're doing is thinking about what you could do for her, the next vacation you could take her out, the things you could buy for her. You know, in order for you to buy her those things, you need to work, and your mind's just all in pleasing your wife, and you're forgetting that you have a job to do, which is to serve the Lord. All right, and this is another reason why, you know, some brothers may not have a woman, man. All right, some brothers may not have a woman, may not be dealing with a woman. Lord may not give you a woman because, you know, if he gives you that woman, your mindset is gonna be focused on pleasing her, not pleasing him. And the first priority as a man is to please the Lord. All right, because even if you have a wife, you know, your first priority should be pleasing the Lord. Your second priority, it should be, you know, loving the brother. You know, the woman shouldn't be in your first three priorities, man. Your first, you know, your priorities. It shouldn't be the top of your priorities, man. You know, should be on the very bottom. You know, and you gotta find a woman that is okay with that, because you know, going back to women, you know, them acquiring attention. All right, a lot of a woman, they want a lot of attention. All right, they need a lot of attention. All right, and another, let's say this: you may have a wife, and you may, you know, one wife is never enough. All right, because as a man, we're not supposed to have just one wife. All right, because you get tired of just, you know, popping the same woman over and over again. You know, you get tired. You did all the moves. You did it everywhere. It gets boring. You know, you want new box. You want new box, and that may be your hell where you may not be able to get new box. You just have to deal with that woman. You just have to deal with that woman that you're with, man. You know, because again, one woman is a distraction enough. Now imagine dealing with 2, 3, 4. You know, it's a big distraction. All right, and in this truth, we can't have any distractions, man. All right, any time wasters, because usually the woman waste your time. You know, especially if you're doing everything for them, if you spend your time taking them out to restaurants, spending your money, you're wasting your time. All right, you're wasting your time. All right, but it says there is a difference also between a wife. Wait, I'm gonna skip to 35. It says, "And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is calmly, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction." Right. So you may not have a woman because the Lord wants you to attend onto him without distraction. All right. Because you having a woman, you dealing with a woman, can take time from studying, especially if you have a schedule or a routine where you go to work, you go to the gym, you know, you pray, you do your videos, you read, and now you having a woman, you just gotta, you know, adjust to your schedule, and that could take away certain things. That's why you have guys that, you know, they get a wife and they'll stop doing things like going to the gym or stop focusing on their purpose, because all they're doing is all they want to do is just focus on how to please their wife, man. And we can't be like that. And you even have red guys, the red pill community, that'll say things like that. You know, always focus on your purpose. Don't focus on your wife. Don't focus on your woman. Focus on your purpose. And one thing that they do say is, focus on your purpose. Just put your priorities first, and the woman will come. All right. And our priority, our purpose is this truth. Is to do the work of the Lord. And best believe, as long as we focus on the Lord and on our calling, the women are gonna come, man. And I'm telling you, you're gonna be in the kingdom of heaven. Sirach 36 is gonna happen to you, man. All right, a woman is gonna cheer up your countenance. All right, and you're gonna have the beautiful woman. You're gonna have very beautiful woman. Every wife is gonna be bad, man. Every wife is gonna be in different shape, just how you like them. All right, every different shape. You're gonna have a wife that's very thick. You have a wife that's medium thick, and have a wife that's petite, man. You may have a wife that has bigger breasts than others, and you know it's gonna, man. All right, but right now, you just gotta endure for a little moment. All right, the hell that we catch from not dealing with a woman. All right, if you brothers may not have women right now, it's just a short time that you gotta deal with it, man. It's not like, again, the Lord you have harlots out there, all right, and the Lord can throw you bones, you know, the Lord just throw you bones where you deal with a woman for a certain period of time, and the Lord, all right, I'll give you, I know you're burning, I'll give you, he throw you a bone, and then you may deal with her for a short period of time, and then there you go, you never see her again. I just endure. This is part of enduring hardness. This is part that we got to do is endure. We got to endure hardness as a good soldier. You know, we got to endure. Because yeah, it's hard. It really is. I'm without a woman. I'm 24 years old. I'm young, still in my prime. And I burn every day. All right, so I don't mean to put too much information, but I'm just being honest. All right, that's something that I deal with. Burning. I try not to burn. I try to get off this social media shit, and nothing helps. Because I go outside and it's right there. Everything I see is, I go to the gym a lot. What you go to the gym, what that does, work out legs, what that does to you. Builds testosterone, man. But this is something that it's certain brothers got to deal with. All right, but let's I've been reading a lot of scriptures, but let's get to the story. The main part. I don't know how long this video is, but Lord willing, that what I've said so far was encouraging and edifying. All right, because I try not to talk a lot, just try to bring out the scriptures and break it down. But let's get Judges 14, and let's get the riddle part. All right, then I'll get the main part. All right, so this is Judges 14 and 8. I'll get 8. It says, and after a time he returned to take her, and turned aside to see the carcass of the lion, and behold. So this is after he asked his father and his mother, to give him the wife of the Philistine, and after he killed the lion. All right, it says, and behold, there was a swarm of bees and honey in the carcass of the lion. And he took thereof in his hands, and went on eating, and came to his father and mother, and he gave them, and they did eat. But he told not them that he had taken the honey out of the carcass of the lion. So his father went down unto the woman, and Samson made their feast, so used the young men to do it. And it came to pass, when they saw him, that they brought 30 companions to be with him. And Samson said unto them, I will now put forth a riddle unto you. If ye can certainly declare it me within the 7 days of the feast. Right, because that's like a wedding. All right. Back then, the ancient world, a wedding didn't just last for a day, or a couple of hours. It lasted for 7 days. Jake literally apart for 7 days, man. They'll get into it. It's not like, and it was not like today, man, where you had to bend the knee and ask the woman to marry you, giving her that power to make that decision if she wants to marry you or not. Back then, usually it would be the parents that would arrange a marriage with the woman. All right, usually, let's say, like, for example, you have your parents have a friend, and they're very close, a very close friend. He has a daughter, and they'll arrange from y'all kids. All right, when our children get older, they're gonna marry. When they become in marriageable age, they're gonna get married. All right, you have many other examples. I'm just using that one. All right, and then they'll have a feast, and then they'll party within the feast. And when it's time, they have a tent. They'll lay the token of her virginity, which is basically like a white blanket. So when the man, the husband, inserts his rod, which brings in, which doing that, they become one flesh. That brings in the marriage, and she'll bleed because she was a virgin. Because back then, men want virgins. All right, it's not like today where you marry a woman and she already been with over 100 dudes, but she'll tell you she's been with 5, but she's been with over 100 dudes. All right, it's not like today. You're marrying you choose to settle down with something used. All right, some used goods. All right, overused. All right. Well, you get a car and it has so much mileage on it, and it only lasts you so long. That's how it's like here when you get married. And it's still it's crazy how men. Yeah, so many examples, so many stories of men telling other men not to get married, but you got men that'll still do it. But anyway, continue on. It says, the 7 days feast and find it out. Then I will give you 30 sheets and 30 change of garments. But if ye cannot declare it me, then shall ye give me 30 sheets and 30 change of garments. And they said unto him, put forth thy riddle, that we may hear it. And he said unto them, go out of the eater came forth meat, and out of the strong came forth sweetness. And they could not in 3 days expound the riddle. So, the Philistines, they couldn't know what the riddle is. So this is what they did. And it came to pass on the 7th day that they said unto Samson's wife, entice thy husband, that he may declare unto us the riddle, lest we burn thee and thy father's house with fire. And have ye called us to take that what we have? Is it not so? So they went on to his woman. All right, just like how the serpent went on to Eve, because he knew that Eve was the weaker vessel, because a woman is a weaker vessel. It says that in Peter's. All right. And that's why the serpent went on to Eve, because he knew that he couldn't get to Adam. He could get to Eve, man. And she became enticed by the serpent, which was you Edomites with melanin, by your philosophy, man, by your wickedness, by your wicked ways. OK, so let's skip. The reason why I read that is because you see how because if you read on, Samson, gave, let's skip down to verse 18. It says, and the men of the city said unto him on the 7th day before the sun went down, what is sweeter than honey, and what is stronger than a lion? And he said unto them, if ye had not plowed with my heifer, all right, his woman, ye had not found out my riddle. All right, so let's skip down to 16. All right. Judges 16:4. It says, and it came to pass afterward that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. And then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and said unto her, entice him and see wherein his great strength lieth, and by what means we may prevail against him, that we may bind him to afflict him, and we will give thee every one of us 1,100 pieces of silver. And Delilah said to Samson, tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lieth, and wherewith thou mightest be bound to afflict thee. And Samson said unto her, if they bind me with 7 green withs that were never dried, then shall I be weak and be as another man. Then the lords of the Philistines brought up to her 7 green withs which had not been dried up, and she bound him with them. Now there were men lying in wait, abiding with her in the chamber. And she said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he break the width as a thread of tow is broken when it touches the fire. So this strength was not known. And Delilah said unto Samson, behold, thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Now tell me, I pray thee, wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, if they bind me fast with new ropes that were never occupied, then shall I be weak and be as another man. Delilah therefore took new ropes and bound him therewith, and said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And there were liars in wait, abiding in the chamber, and they break them off from his arms like a thread. And Delilah said unto Samson, hitherto thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, if thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with the web. And she fastened it with the pin, and said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awakened out of his sleep, and went away with the pin of the beam with the web. And she said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee, when thy heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast not told me wherein thy great strength lieth. And it came to pass, when she pressed him daily with her words. See, she pressed him daily. All right, she was, being a demon, try to, get the truth from him of where his great strength lieth, man. And you got to understand, like we read in First Ezra, a woman is strong, man. Or a woman can get you out this truth. All right. And like I said in the beginning of this video, a woman has got men out this truth. All right. You have men that even killed themselves over a woman, man. All right. And this is why for certain brothers, it may not be a lot to have a woman, because the Lord wants you in this truth. All right. Because he knows that if you deal with a woman and you fall in love, because really we're not supposed to, we're not in the time of being in love. All right. Being that lovey-dovey spirit, man. Like you see these men out here. All right. They don't know what time, they're all in love with their woman, not knowing that they're going to lose their woman, man. Not knowing that they're going to die and their woman is going to be out here, to be ravished and be left out in the streets, man. All right. We're not in the time to be in love, to be worrying about our wives. All right. Even if you have a woman, yeah, you may have that love, that love, but you got to be quick. If the time's need, if you realize that she's not a ride or die, if she's not meant to make it, you got to be quick to leave her, man. All right. But it says, and it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words and urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death, that he told her all his heart. And a few brothers that have women, you know how it is dealing with a woman, and all she does is just keep complaining about the same thing. All right, you can kind of get that feeling what Samson was going through. All right, it says that he told her all his heart and said unto her, and that's the thing. In this truth, even if you meet a woman, you don't have to tell her, you don't have to tell her you don't have to tell her the truth. All right, you don't have to reveal to her you're Superman. All right, and what I mean by that is that you're in this truth, that you're an Israelite. And if she finds out on her own, she finds out. If the Spirit has it where you tell her, then the Spirit has it. But try your best, not to tell her, to keep it to yourself. And I'm referring to you brothers that dealing with a woman. Don't just be straight up. You meet her you start dating her. You start seeing her for a while, and you're already telling her everything about yourself. It's best to remain a mystery. If she finds out, she finds out. All right, but don't be telling her. It's best to remain a mystery. All right, and this is something that our apostles always advise us. It's best to remain, to be mysterious, because women love mystery. All right, that's why they're so into romantic movies. All right, but it's just best to just look like you're just a normal guy. Be like a Clark Kent, man. You gotta always, when you deal with a woman, you gotta keep your heads. You gotta keep you gotta keep your guards up at all times. Even if it's doing well, even if you're doing well with that woman, you can never put your guards down, because sooner or later Satan's gonna enter and she's gonna start being a demon, and you're gonna have to start dealing with the trouble in the flesh. All right, you gotta understand that. All right. It says, is she, like for example, when I deal with a chick, and then she may not see me on Saturday or something, or I don't, she may ask. I just tell her I'm working. That's all I do. I don't tell her, I go out preach the Bible. I just tell her I'm working. Tell her go out and I'm just going to work. Can't be on my phone. Simple as that. If she likes it, she likes it. She don't, she don't. It don't matter. But it says verse 18, and when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, come up this once, for he has showed me all his heart. See, so even if she was with Samson, Samson was her husband, she was still for her people. She turned him over, man. All right, so how much more, you have a wife. And when you have a wife, don't think that you have a woman of Sarah, even if she knows she's an Israelite. Oh, look, man. Solomon said he looked through all women and he found none. None of them were righteous. All women were wicked, man. So don't think that you have a righteous, perfect woman, even if she claims to be an Israelite, even if she claims to be in this truth, man. You do have sisters that are trying, but I'm just saying, don't be all attached and head over heels for a woman, all right? Because these women can turn you over, man. All right, your face is on the news, and here it is. She's calling Esau on you. All right, you're over here. The charagma is being mandatory, and she's over here having. She took the charagma, and she has your kids take the charagma. What are you gonna do? What can we do about that? That's why it's never it's not wise to never get attached to a woman, man. Always have it in your mind when you deal with a woman. All right, I'm gonna just deal with her according, as long as the Lord allows it. I'm just enjoy my time, because that's what it really is. You're enjoying your time, especially depending how you meet a woman. If you meet her on a dating app, especially know that you're just enjoying your time. Because a woman, man, they'll they'll deal with you, and then something happen, and then she'll find someone else, man. Woman always got options. You gotta always remember that. Woman always got options. And it's sad to say this, but even the ones that don't even look good have options, man, because of this backward society. And this is why I'm saying never get attached to a woman, man. Don't believe that lovey-dovey shit. Oh, I love you, and all her words, because that shit don't mean nothing. All right, that shit really don't mean nothing. All right, you woman, like it says, you can tell if a woman loves you by her action, not by her words. And that's what a lot of women say. They say stuff they talk, but they're not about action. They don't prove it through their actions. But anyway, it says, and she made him sleep upon her knees, and she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head, and she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. And she said, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoke out of his sleep and said, I will go out as other times and shake myself. And he was not that the Lord was departed from him. Right. But the Philistines took him and put out his eyes and brought him down to Gaza and bound him with the fetters of brass. And he did grind in the prison house. Howbeit the hair of his head began to grow again after he was shaven. So basically, Samson, lost his strength, lost that power, that spirit over a woman. All right, and the reason why I say this is because the woman Delilah, it basically annoyed him to death. Tell her what his strength was. Where did that power come from? Where did it abide? And it all abide because he made a vow that he was a Nazirite. And being a Nazirite, you cannot shave any hair off your head, man. All right, but you saw the point there, man, how he gave his strength over a woman. And this is why, it shows you how, this is why Zerubbabel, going back to First Ezra, how he made that, he said that one of the two great things is a woman, but above all is the truth. So if you don't have a woman, spiritually you do, because this truth is our woman. All right, just like how you spend your time with a woman, you give your all out for a woman. You do this for this truth, because this truth. If you do this for this truth, man, when our Lord rewards us, one of the rewards that we're gonna get, all right, and this is one of many, all right, is women, and we're gonna have beautiful women, virgins, just how you like them. Just how you like them. And the Lord knows what you like. You don't think that all the work that you put in for the Lord, that he's not going to reward you? All right. The scripture says the Lord is not unrighteous to forget our labor of love. All right. And our labor of love that we show to the Lord is our works. So we're going to get rewarded above measure, man. I'm telling you, you may go to a planet, and there's a planet full of wives. All right. Full of wives. Just for you. All right. And I'm telling you, I'm going to have over a million of how deprived I am in this society. All right, we're all deprived. All right, even if you have a woman, you're still deprived. You all right? You're still deprived. But guess what? In the kingdom of heaven, we're never going to be deprived. All right, we're gonna have all the women in the world. We're gonna have all the time to spend with them, because you have women, you may not have the time. All right, and that's because you have to work. You have bills to pay. You have shit to do, and you got to do the spiritual work, man, which is above everything, first and foremost, even above your woman. You know, there's times where you may want to make plans with your woman, but you gotta do the work of the Lord, or a brother needs help, or there's days where you just dedicate, like Saturday, or you may have lessons. You just dedicate your time to the Lord, you know, and which is first and foremost. All right, so with that, hopefully brothers are edified. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachakadash. Shalom.